Now this is the back of the screen. The front is obviously facing down. I wonder whether I'm doing this right. I really don't know. This is going to be dodgy. Right. I'll put that on the table. No. Back of the table. Bring it in so I've got it lined up. Right, the edge of the screen is there. Break the screen, obviously. It's game over. All for naught. Well, if it's any consolation, guys, I couldn't have put that on any better if I tried. I struggled to get the bezel off last time that holds the screen in place, and I've had second thoughts about it in that I would like to flip this over now and put the bezel on, so I've got to hold the whole assembly together with my hands, and if I don't do that and the screen falls out and cracks or something, then I'm in trouble. But are there any other ways I could do it without? I'm going to try it. Let's lift, turn, drop it down. Well, that was successful. Yep, that was successful. So, right, what's that doing on the screen? Well, it's going to get more finger marks, so I don't think it's reasonably clean, and I'll give it a final clean later. Go and get the bezel. Now, I did twist it round to get to this, so that this edge is pointing this way, because there are going to be 3 screws that have to go in. And I've got the bezel. The bezel actually comes in sort of, well, let's just show it. You know, it goes round, obviously. This is the bezel that's going to go on, and there's the 3 screw holes. I don't know, we'll probably not see them. 1, 2, 3. And they line up along this edge. And I'm looking at it and going, the boards are in the way, and I've made a ricket. While I had it up the other way, it would have been better to have stuck those boards back where they belong. And I don't really want to go to all that trouble. I'm just going to just tuck them in. I should have probably tied them in place before I started. Right, that will get them there. Out of the way, right. Putting the bezel back. That's the right one. Comes over that corner, that goes over that corner. That one. Yeah, that one now. I'm not sure how it fits on this one. Oh yeah, it goes right over. Oh, let's go over it. Relatively straightforward. Okay. even if I've absolutely cocked it up, getting it, taking it apart and putting it back together again, and many of you are probably saying, oh, you could have done this and you could have done that. I haven't broken anything so far. So I think it's got a lot to commend it. Plus it's been quite instructive in the way things have been put together. I'm quite pleased about. Now I've got to put a screw in down here, if I can see where it goes. Yeah, I've got... Right, put that. Does that feel right? Well, seems to be holding. And another one this end. That's it. That's holding. Hopefully I've got the right 3 screws. And something about them don't feel quite right to me. Right, let's check that. Well, they're the only screws I've got, so I'm going to assume they're okay, but they didn't go back in very nicely. It didn't feel like they went back in very nicely. I'm not going to argue that. Enough's enough. And then do we put on the front bezel? Can we put on the front bezel? Will the front bezel go on? Or trim strip, whatever you like to call it. Goes in there. I wonder. Oh, that's easy. Oh, that's easy. Right. I'll flip it over now. Knowing that the screen won't fall out. And as I'm working on that edge and everything goes back whatever way, be nice to turn it round. And I can see now where the bezel's not sort of clips in properly here, and we can put all the bits and pieces on the back of here. However, these strips are here for a purpose. They were sort of bits of plastic were covering the back of the little prods stick out. Well, that's no good. I'm going to have to get some other plastic to replace that. Well, these bits of black tape that seem to be all over the place, I think they're really to stop the light from shining through. Unfortunately, I've got a fresh tape that's sort of wide enough for the job. I'm going to have to do it in 2 bits at a time. Why that should be a problem, I have no idea. It may also be to restrict airflow through the little holes and plugs things, although I don't see why. Now that one I do. Under these covers here are the screen boards, circuit boards that are coupled to the screen, and there's a small piece of sort of fabric tape here, and I believe it is conductive because it goes to a sort of earth pad on the board underneath, and I'm going to sort of connect it back if I can find it. Right, try and show you what I mean. Hopefully you can see it, and It's got touch underneath, and it sticks onto that pad there, and I think it's just an anti-static sort of procedure. And the same goes for the other one, which I've already done. Well, we're now at the stage where we can bring back all the electronics that go on this thing. I'll just start shuffling it across gently. Now we're there. And this one's important because it does coupled up the back screen metalwork to the earth of the what is the screen power supply unit. We're going to put the connector back in, which is a straightforward job. Now, if you're not used to using, playing with sheet metal, you'll find that you could strip the screws quite easy. If you're used to it, and I'm very used to it, I know how tight these should be to sort of before they're going to strip or do anything. They're all put in with a torque screwdriver that's torqued up to so that they don't do any damage when they put them in. Right. Now put these back in. The little black bit is up so that it's open to accept the exception. Make sure that they go home fully. Clamp down. The bit's up. Be very careful with this. If your vision's not any good, you're going to need a visor like I've got. Make sure you do something like that. Or big magnifying glass. This board's a tuner. This board provides the power to the backlight, and obviously the power to the tuner board, and more than likely the power to this the screen, which probably come via this ribbon cable. So out of there, through here, down here. Alright, all that done. Oh, I've got to put this in place. Alright, this is the obviously the switch assembly. It just clips in down here somewhere. And that's right. There you go. That's in. And we'll put this into its position, the speaker. Watch some grommets. That's it. Now everything's back in its rightful position, except that we need to put some tape to hold the cables down. It's easy to say all the cables are held in place now, but I can see a bit of tape mark there and there, which means there was a piece of tape right across there. Ah, I found it. I found it. So that will go across there like so. What I'll do is I'll run a piece of black tape right across the top of it. That way it will stay in place. I'd like to get hold of some of this. I don't know what it's called, and I'll find out later. Oh, here we go. At the back. It fits nicely over. Let's make sure it fits nicely over. I'm not sure. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's in. It feels like it's in. Yeah, feels okay. One thing you really should do before you sort of put back on anything is check that you haven't left any of the tools lying inside. Yeah, have I left anything lying in there? Don't think so. That's it. It's all back together now. Okay. That's good. That's all good. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. Picture mode stand. Okay.